666 would
smaller
still
beast, the
be
half
bonus
beast.
damage.
Oh, so he's a mini Lucifer. Is that what you're saying?
Well, he's not the big
The
boy.
horned one, the little horn, 333. What does that make 33?
Here?
So he's Doom when he eats a golem shard and. Okay, I'm getting it now. Picking up on this occultist math that's going on here.
Better than our end game
Bignum.
now. He's being very aggressive, and perhaps he's been just a little bit too aggressive because he's got a lot of quills on him. Nefrit's chasing them down, and that's going to be our first blood.
I mean, I actually think that might be worth just because of how much regen they got out of Nefrit there. But we'll have more mangoes. I love to admit against Puck, man. This is just... It's similar to why I like DK against Puck. You can't harass him. Like, Puck wins lanes by pressuring, and you just can't do that to Doom. He's just going to eat creeps and giggle at you, and then last to his creeps with more damage than you because he's melee with the quelling. Push the lane with fire. Good stuff.
They're really having a rough time. Hop a lane. Mars was honked down pretty fast. Valve. Otto just running out on.
So another thing that nerfed to Doom, Devour went from 2 regen to 1 at level 1.
I mean, that's actually come with some.
Yeah.
This game.
And then it goes 6 to 5 at level 2. So I think those are pretty pertinent to the laning phase, and then Scorched Earth second.
It's really just, it was typically a support or an off lane. And that's because you needed to eat that big creep to kind of have a presence. Whereas now, because you can do it, you sort of have to be mid, where just a little bit of regen is enough to give you a bit of an edge. But yeah, I mean, you could just eat a statter. Like, it was so bad. You would show up the lane and eat a big statter. You have a 150 damage boost and 6 regen. Like, it's like 2 items in one. It's good. Bottom lane is going very well. Top not so much. Do you like Coddle in the safe lane? Kind of like him off lane a bit.
Perfect location.
Yeah. It's not really like a save hero. I feel like that's usually.
I prefer him in the safe lane because I actually think that more often than not, the off-lane duo is more powerful in the laning phase. While simultaneously, your carry really wants solo experience, and Coddle offers you both of those. It's hard to win a lane against Coddle because he nukes the wave into you, and you could just push the waves nonstop. Couple that with being able to pull, and you've got yourself a carry that's getting solo experience.
I wish one of them had gotten Orb of Venom in this lane. They couldn't play as aggressive about it.
Silence.
I do like this rotation. That makes
Double shall I?
Pikachu, everyone. Just bullying this Doom. They do force the rotation though, the TP rather. So.
G is aggressive. I like him on Death Prophet. It is much less like.
But he does have to be careful because Pikachu, and he's gonna be out a decent chunk of damage. Right, these body blocks off with the Illuminate. One more hit. Almost manages to get that denial, but not quite.
Dire's middle tower is
Down,
under
that's gonna
attack.
give
Mellojul 7. I
Radiant
like the double
are
null into Glove of
scanning.
Haste too. It's super value nowadays, even on an intelligence hero once you have this much damage. He did need a bottle, and we just wanted to make sure you could outlast it to trade effective.
What have we here?
Certainly able to do so. 35 and 10. Nearly flawless CS.
very calm. This is just so strange to me. CIS of them running at one another. Very conservative and very measured. In fact, we do have such
Around.
bottom lane. It gets used over in the mid. But those CPs are indeed on cooldown. Does have to be a little bit careful though. The Doom comes out over onto the puck. Pikachu, he's trying to get over there. He wants to finally get the last hit off. He's gonna be able to. Yes, he does. He takes down mellojul. And now Chew, he can't quite get over there fast enough. He's just a little bit too slow. So the tips are coming out. And Pikachu's feeling real good right now.
So he ate the catapult, and the digest time is quite high. 14.5 base regen, and that's the danger puck. You have static damage output. Doom regens through most of it, and if you don't get the kill, like look how he's dominating the lane, and suddenly you don't feel good at all. And you're no longer going to be able to kill Doom for the rest of this game without significant amounts out.
You also went range off.
True.
Which is critically important.
Well done, Pikachu. I love it. Phase drums, can't go wrong. Throughout the last decade of Dota 2, Doom can buy phase drums, and it's just fine.
I guess the only bright side to this is that now you
Radiant's
have the
courier
Doom.
has been killed.
Silence up. Chase after the Bloodseeker. Not looking very good for him. So Ghostik will end up dying in the bottom lane.
Yeah, I like that more bristles are putting a point or two into the queue early on. We used to see everybody just skipping it, but it's just not the right move. It's such a value ability. 16 mana for a huge slow and a ton of minus armor. But yeah, I mean, using Doom to kill the enemy mid is something you're always going to be happy with. It's really tough to make Doom rotations anyways nowadays as a mid.
Or a rune of opportunity.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's kind of supposed to be Puck's one way to play against the Doom, is that Doom in his lane for a while. You're supposed to be able to making reactions, forcing him. Instead, he tried to man up and honestly was very close. He had the Earth Spirit rotation slightly faster.
I also would have liked to see him switch builds, go either 3-3 or 2-4 in this game, because Max Silence is just, well, much more likely to be a kill here. Either that or just wait for Chew a bit.
Yeah, what a difference it would have been. Wait 2 seconds, kill the Doom. Even if you still get top Doom, then you could probably deny the puck.
The puck's also getting...
Keep in mind, every minute, or actually it's 4 seconds, Doom gets a bonus 100. Because he's eating creeps. It's the other benefit of the hero. Built-in accelerator. Or 70 seconds. Forgot that was changed as well. Static cooldown. It's the mana cost.
Radiant are
I swear,
scanning.
sometimes because things have changed so much that I get...
Dire's top tower
No,
is
that
under
makes sense. And I
attack.
mean, that's one of the reasons why we love Dota too, is that it is constant. We're seeing crazy stuff like, a Death Prophet 5 pass, we would have... What the heck? And then sometimes you just watch OG take a 5-4 lineup and you're like, oh, I can't wait to see what happens with this. And, Death Prophet, though, not looking super great here. Is pretty fast, though. Might be able to just run away. In fact, they don't want to fight into Nefrit. They stack up all that lovely quills and snot. Very easily turns.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it looks like they're not interested.
I don't think they can see him. Tree vision is the wildest thing. I recommend if you're trying to improve your gameplay, just go tree, go out with a friend and find these weird tree spots. There's another one like up under the Radiant, by the Radiant tier 2, that's very similar. There's a tree, yeah, right in there. That
Isn't
spot
that
as well.
that's the IO spot?
Yeah. You just aren't seeing. Okay, right angle. Chew.
He's a little off the mark.
It's not really gonna be a kill threat anyway. Like, you're just not killing Doom. He's 1500 health and he's 15 regen.
That's a bit odd that... Up on both sides. Finds himself a nibble up one.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Ooh, top lane though, Shachlo finding the opening.
Forgive my men.
Pick off on
They're
Slayer.
very used to be mortal.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
A lot of little pickups going on.
I love the choice of an Atos in this game. So effective against both Puck and Earth Spirit and Death Arbor, really. The silence is just so key. And you are somewhat limited in lockdown. I just think Atos Bloodseekers. And then, of course, you can go for the Glepnia. Is that what's from?
It's either Gleipnir? Gleipnir.
A little,
My,
rusty on my ancient.
yeah. You know that there are the shackles that are hold that.
God.
Oh yeah, that's a dead, very dead Puck over here. Dude trying to just buy a little bit more time, but with that Hadouken, this is most likely a very dead Puck, and I don't.
Let the world end now.
Never mind, but that's still a Puck that they don't have to worry about. Shachlo over on the side throws out the spear. There's a big rotation over to the mid lane. They use the exorcism in the top, just trying to put some pressure on the map anywhere, but
Radiant structures are fortified.
not as effective. I mean, it's damage, right? You're happy with getting some damage on the tower. You have to get something done
Dire's
because
top
mid
tower
was just
is under attack.
heavily dove.
You can take those though. Puck denied, Doom swandered, you get a counter kill. The vision from Unique though is the big issue.
Dire's middle tower is under
The
attack.
quad ward littering
Dire
the enemy
are
side of the
scanning.
river. Perfect vision for you. Plays on for the next. They're gonna look to
Dire's
control
top
that enemy
tower
jungle.
is
Their
under
tower
attack.
pressure is a bit weak, but roster wards will be up soon. Simpler Shachlo will have a blink, and that is where
Dire's
things
top
can get a little
tower has
dicey.
fallen.
You get a arena off on 2 or 3 with Bristle in the center of it. That's a hell of a lot of damage.
Looked it up. I see a lot of different pronunciations, but it seems like
Thanks, Ben.
The flayed ones keep you safe.
Well, that was a highly underwhelming dream.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Thank you, refugees.
Hightailed it out of there. They don't want to. Pressure's on here in the bottom lane. I like it. Top using the exorcism and with
Dire's
Mars.
middle tower is under attack.
Just like you want to defend this, right? You don't want to just let your mid tower go down.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Yeah,
under
here,
attack.
Coil's up soon. And yeah, the backstab coming. Shachlo is a blank. This is a real risky fight for Unique. You do not want to be multi-man arena. In fact, I think you might just have to let
Dire's
this go
structures
down.
are
They're gonna glyph, but with a Wraith King as your carry, I just don't know if this is the right move to do.
Dire's
They're
middle tower
wisely
is
backing
under
away.
attack.
I mean, you still have your Wraith
Dire's
King
middle
just farming
tower
using
has
the
fallen.
space. A lot
Radiant's
of
top
dedication
tower
just for that
is
mid
under
tower.
attack.
One of those even exchanges. I think both teams made the right play. It's something I remember Fly used to say all the time. Like, typically it was about our own safe lane, but if you're gonna defend a tower, do it and commit to have 5 in a spot like that, because the alternative is usually you end up losing the tower, defending late, and that's just game.
He's got to hightail it out of there. He went to drop those serpent horns. Blink forward. Shachlo hoping that he can grab someone. He hightailed it out, so they get a decent amount of damage on this tier 1 bottom, but they don't manage to. More pressure now that they know that the teleports
Radiant's
went down
middle
bottom. They
tower
can put
is
some
under
pressure on
attack.
the mid tower. A bit of bait and switch.
Got great vision up too, so you can see this coming a mile away.
Am I crazy? Do I feel like I feel like Unique's like 5 minutes from winning? We're like having like such an insurmountable lead. They've got Doom Wraith King,
Yeah.
and they're just being allowed to kind of free farm. There's not a ton of pressure on their side of the
Dire's
map.
bottom tower.
Bristleback does not do enough damage to win this game by himself, especially with a Vanguard first, which isn't a bad item.
Pikachu finds the puck yet again. They do buy a little bit more time though, they drop the arena. There's a lot of ghostly ladies dancing around, but they managed to
Radiant's bottom
shackle up the
tower
Death
is under
Prophet. It's
attack.
position 5 though. Pikachu
Dire's
forced to run away. He's also got that
bottom
dude
tower
down.
is under
Bignum will fall. And now Pikachu's trying to climb out. Not going to be able to. Murdered by Pikachu as Ghostik makes way over to the mid lane and just starts to out the way. Tries to put a nice fight here from
I will say the only thing is the Wraith King is free farming shit, but he's going for the armlet build.
Radiant's
and
middle tower is under attack.
ultimately,
Surprise!
What? No, he's.
He did? Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah, that makes me feel.
Radiant.
Yeah, I was
Better,
gonna,
yeah.
because if he's playing this way going onlet, I would have
Radiant's
felt
middle
a
tower
little
has
worried. But
been
because he's
denied.
going Radiance, like to your point, they're gonna outscale. We know this now for sure. And they do lose too, but they defend the tower. They get the extra, they get the coil. You know, all spells used.
Oh, it's definitely kind of what I felt like EXTREMUM. They just kind of forced some fights. I was just a bit worried watching this Mars like TP down to bottom lane. They don't find a fight. They rotate to mid. They see the rotation coming. They don't find a fight there either. So I'm just like, oh, this kind of sucks that they're not being allowed to find any of these team fights. I mean, they are stronger than Unique right now.
It's like one of those weird spots where EXTREMUM, they like get 2 kills, they win a fight, but that's to keep the game even.
Yeah.
It doesn't really pull them ahead.
Dyer's
Yeah.
bottom
The
tower
onus on
is
them, they
under
like
attack.
have to get things done. And it's good they finally find that connection. Again, a very passive game. 6-2, 16 minutes in. It is a game 3. It is critical. Both these teams in the lower half right now of the
Dyer's bottom
standings.
tower
You
has
need a
fallen.
win here. Not just because you dream of being top 2, but you definitely don't want to be bottom 2.
But you also can't play timid like a mouse either, especially with the draft coming up. Obviously, you know, take the appropriate fights, but just
I will say, G makes me change my mind about Death Prophet 5. I was like, I'll try it, and then I watched it a couple times. I was like, just real hit or miss. But G makes it look really strong, especially in that last team fight.
I think it has to do with the lineup too, right? Like Kyle keeps saying,
Dire are scanning.
build around it.
Oh, it's the. I mean, he has, I think, the perfect diet. Like, this is done. The 5 Death Prophet is being enabled with Rogan. The medallion helps you even more. You can pop ult if necessary. I think the Bristleback's pretty key as well. Plus that DD on the
Radiant's
front, but
bottom
this is
tower
great
has
timing.
fallen.
But they did just get the radiance on.
Radiant are
Time to
scanning.
fight.
I think they might want to wait for his next item before they force something, but I'm sure he will at least be teleporting the next time his team wants to tango.
Team, they'll find Bristleback. They'll be ruptured, silenced up, away. Looks like he wants to mid on this. Kind of dancing around a little bit. They look a little like bots right now.
Oh, thanks a
Do
lot.
we want to go in on that? Probably not, though. The agency is a Bristleback. The
Unique are prize fighters. They're looking for the one punch. It's all they need. Don't take a bad fight. Take the little loss, fold the hand. More often than not, all you need is the one big showdown.
Mixing metaphors a bit, are we?
Hey, man.
I was like,
top
fold the
tower is
hand.
under
That's not a
attack.
boxing term. What?
push. They are wrapping around like the smoke up. Occasionally they'll show, open with the Atos, and they'll just blow up G. So
Radiant's bottom tower
that's
is
a
under
nice
attack.
pick off as they go rushing into the jungle. Now they're
God,
gonna
yeah.
force them out. Look how fast Extreme is just like, nope, I don't
Yeah.
want this. We have
This
no
is
interest in
BKB Doom is just unstoppable right
Dyer's
now. The
middle
only
tower
hope you
is
have
under
of
attack.
challenging him is an Axe Coil, and even that is just like keep away. He can ignore the Mars. It's really just Nefrit show at the moment. But yeah, look, top 2 net worths, Wraith King Doom. Like these heroes are, they're so strong. It's only gonna get worse.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward that when Doom reaches this timing with his BKB, typically what you want to do is kind of like soft commit and kite as much as possible, but that is not what Extreme lineup wants to do. They want to be able to take team fights right now. The question is, how do you take it when this Doom, when you have to go
Really kind of throwing his weight around here. Doesn't have that Aegis, so he wants to be G. Careful though.
Yeah, this is a game of cat and mouse. You can't really go for the Bristle, and if you're the side of Extreme, you can't really go for Wraith King or Doom either. So it's all about, do you find anyone else out of position? Like
They
G.
found G again. Yeah, nice silence. Doom comes out though. BKB hit the first wall. They can come up. Yes, they'll be able to take up the buys back here. Sancho goes down. Ricky is indeed ruptured, so he's got to run away. Over on the side, she was just man fighting here. A Slayer, but the rest of the team is here. This is not me to fight, my friends. As Ghostik will fall in the mid lane while they're all busy paying attention.
We take those, says the side of Unique. That is exactly what you're looking for. Just slow the game down. You get a favorable exchange. You get 2 bounties. An even game is a 1 game.
I do really like the fact that Puck is scanned. That gives me hope that their lineup will extend a little bit later than it probably should.
Heart. I mean,
Still hard.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Heart is a pretty beast item nowadays, and it's also arguably the strongest peak you can have as the Bristle. I think the Spell Amp build is okay if you're not playing against Doom. You just, you know, you got to be something that's just able to fight even when doomed. And it's not great because you can't cast spells, which means you have no damage. Oh, hold up.
Not now. They're looking. Lots of damage though over here on the side. Bignum's just waiting patiently. Shachlo joining in. The speed just chopped down. Palantimos pulling it up by Pikachu, getting a lot of damage off in this fight. Takes down Shachlo. And now it's just nefrit as he's running away. Palantimos sitting very, very low though. So he is gonna back off this lifesteal off his creeps, and this is exactly what they want. They push them on the tower. They end up saving the support, and they can just go right back to farming.
Yep, and this Wraith King is very, very strong. That's why we see it first two'd in pretty much every region. You have your answers to it, but at the end of the day, the hero is just pretty damn strong, and you can't go toe-to-toe with them as a Bristleback pretty much ever in this game.
Dire's top
Still
tower
being very
is under
aggressive
attack.
here. I mean, I know that Extremum has to be aggressive, but like, you're down a couple people.
And no
They're not
Doom.
close.
You can't kill him though. It's just a waste of your time, and really the only way you lose the fight as Unique is to initiate on Bristle and have his team turn it around. 20 seconds on Aegis. He's got to play this close.
It feels like he doesn't want to risk.
Time to fully retreat. Make sure you actually get the Aegis region, because that's what Unique are trying right now. They want to be able to cancel that region and get an easy kill.
Uh-oh, G. Triggered up, silence, just trying to teleport away. This is not going to happen, my friend. Down goes G.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
In round this time. Jump forward, though. They're just trying to make moves on Pikachu. He just needs BKB to walk away.
That's not going to work on this man. He's a player.
Radiant's bottom tower
Torch
is
last.
under
A
attack.
spear? Maybe. Arena into spear? No. This man has reactions sufficient to deal with it, and he'll take a BKB charge
Radiant's
for both
bottom
ultis
tower is under
and the
attack.
Devour bonus gold.
My God. That Aghanim Scepter is going to be real sick against a Bristleback.
Invisibility!
That pretty much just like ends Bristle. You said, you know, you like doing better against single core lineups. That's pretty much what this has turned into.
Yep.
You took the Doom talent as well. He's just gonna delete Bristle and that'll be that, because Unique will still have a Wraith King. And a Bloodseeker as well. That I really love the items from Ghostik. Yeah, just Atos for the catch, straight into pipe. That'll negate a lot of the puck damage, the Earth Spirit damage. It'll almost always get the full reduction on allies.
It feels like the same problem Extremum had in game number 1. Put all their eggs in one their basket. They just ended up not having the damage. Right, because in the second game, it was the play around the Alchemist. That was really, you know, their solution trying to
Dire's top
win
tower
the game,
is
and
under
he just
attack.
didn't take off the way that they needed him. The rest of the cast is just, it's a supporting cast. It's not main damage. It's not big boy numbers. What's happening to them?
The Doom mid is just, mwah. This is that secret ingredient, that special sauce, gets you coming back to the restaurant forever. You can't replace it. I don't think there was any other hero that would have had as much of an impact, especially considering how he'll just straight up delete the win condition of the Bristle whenever he chooses. He just has to buy an axe.
Yeah, no longer going the Ags, but Shivas now. But that's it's still really good versus Bristleback, and it now gives you better like team fight.
I'm fine with, like, he doesn't.
Either one's fine.
He doesn't need Ags until the Bristle is the only problem. For now, they still have others to deal with.
This is looking like a dead Slayer, though. Doesn't have the rest of his teammates nearby. Nice pick off here in the bottom lane, but nothing here. Hey, a kill's a kill. Wait around does have that completed heart. Spy on him. Follow up with the arena, Shachlo, but again, where's the rest of the team? Where's your damage? BKB coming out from Pikachu.
Big prize.
Hype this Bristle holds in place. Looking for an opening. Looks like we'll be able to go take on Shachlo, but it's not enough as Ghostik has to run away. There's so much garbage all over him that he is going to fall. So,
the Doom was not on the right target. Shachlo, he had already ulted and speared the wrong Doom target.
Dyer's
If
bottom
you
tower
use it on
is under
Nefrit, his
attack.
damage gets deleted. And if you use it on the puck, you know, that's probably a kill. But yeah, there's the power of the Bristleback with this build. You can't really kill him. You can stop his damage, but he is not a target. And unless they take a better engagement, kill off a support at the start, that
Dyer's
is going to
bottom
still go
tower is
extremely
under
away.
attack.
Slayer might be slain once again.
Dyer's bottom tower has fallen.
fast. They gamble on the wrong direction, though. We'll be lucky.
Blade Barn.
Dyer's courier
Barrier
has been killed.
immediately found by Shachlo.
That's been a Falcon Blade on all heroes.
The Glimmer Cave buys him a little time, but the rest of the team is, of course, nearby. That's going to be a dead threat.
Falcon Blade damage.
I will agree that Falcon Blade is,
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
as in, it's not the most status efficient item, but it does offer you all the stats that a lot of heroes.
A little spooky for unique. 3k gold behind. I actually, you know, thinking about it, I'm gonna disagree on the Shivas. Why not an AC? Maybe the Wraith King wanted to get it, but you know, Wraith King can always just go raw damage instead. You know, you could have a BKB Blink as an example, because that's really what I feel like this spot is missing. They have no Blink Initiator. And consider the Death Prophet or Earthbreaker just straight up explode to a Blink in from the Wraith King.
Gonna make their way into the pit.
Dyer's top tower is under
Tanky
attack.
boy here, but again,
Which is low.
they grab up that Aegis. So they'll use that rupture over here on the side. We'll just force them to hold. If you're okay with that, you just yourself an Aegis. Down, he's a big, tanky boy.
Push out the lanes. I don't like to see them group up right now after Roshan just taken, mixed with the fact that this Bristleback just hit his heart. I don't think you want to fight them, right?
No.
So I would have liked to see somebody like immediately run top like the Coddle to blast that wave, somebody else maybe start making their way down to bottom lane to try and force somebody to...
Dyer's top tower
You
is
can
under
see
attack.
Palantimos, he's queuing up the Blank. He knows what's missing now. Like, they just can't kill things, and that's a big problem for him at the moment. It is very tough to lead into Dota if you never are a
Dyer's
team
top
that
tower
can make
is
the
falling.
play.
I will say, I think
hack
itemization
down.
has gone a long way for Extremum to prolong the strength of their lineup
Oh, yeah.
as far as it has. The Solar Crest, its heart build, all really good things.
Off here, Exorcism does get used. Palantimos going forward. They drop Bloodseeker. Death Prophet with the Exorcism is proving a problem as they'll jump back in over on Palantimos. Throw out that Atos, hold nefrit into place, but again, they're still putting a decent amount of damage on these heroes. Fortification is going to come
Radiant's
out.
bottom
He's
tower
looking for
is
this
under
opening,
attack.
looking for the perfect target here to Doom, but he's not going to be able to quite grab it. They're putting very far back. Shachlo, though, jumping forward, has the Zyklon Lair accessing. Go through the hex out. They drop the circle as well over onto the back line, but they will lose Bignum. Shachlo focusing over onto the side. Looks like Slayer will fall too. Also going down. Starville did
He's warp trapped.
He's trapped over on the side. Pikachu trying to get out. He's trying to put this damage over here onto him. He's a big baddie, but is just not able to quite get over there in time.
Still need better Doom targets from Pikachu. That time he went for the Earth Spirit. Really want to see him just delete the puck from existence when possible.
It's so hard for him to get into the back lines, though.
Well, the puck's initiating. Like, I would just... He's DKB, you know, just hold it. The Lincoln's is up. That was new for that last fight. Probably why he's trying to avoid him, but it's the same threat if you go for any core. This whole game now will change once the Ags is picked up, because it's suddenly... What's the game? You know, you want to Doom the Bristle, but he's going to get Lincoln's placed on him. Avoiding that will be just in the fight.
Trying to take a fight here, knowing that the heart was not there at the time. Use forward, putting out some more of this damage. Mellojul making his way over. The teammate comes out. It's going to be Shachlo who goes down here. Roll forward coming out for two. And there's just so much damage over here on the Wraith King. He does have the reincarnation, though. It's going to be coming back up again. Mellojul back into this fight here. Goes out the Dream Court. Rest of the team, they can't do anything to help him. He's left all alone. This is a very dead Wraith King.
Nefrit, man. 10 CS the mid, he's owning.
Dyer's
This
middle
guy's
tower is
unstoppable.
under attack.
And
Which one do you go for here? I think you go regen, but does heart still
You go-
amplify?
yeah, you get the regen.
percentage? based off your max health regen. Specific, but they do have the song, so that will amplify your...
Quill stack's not going to help you, because right now you're going to die during Doom, or you're going to win the game.
Dire's
So you'd
middle
rather just have the
tower is
regen,
under
because you're not
attack.
getting quills off anyway once you're doomed with the break applied.
Radiant structures are fortified.
This is a fright train with no brakes right now for EXTREMUM. They go rolling on in, too, looking for a target. Does get Atos stuff, but it doesn't matter because he's also got structured. He sees the blind light pushing back, and Bignum holding on to him, so he will fall. But nefrit is just chasing down the Shadow Shaman. Already dropped the wards at the very least, but he's not going to be able to do a whole heck of a lot because look at the regen on nefrit.
Bristleback, telling you the truth. Can't kill him. How can you kill what does not die?
Are you getting Ags? And you do it a little bit earlier, perhaps, instead of that Shiva's, but...
Dire's middle
Pikachu's
tower
desperate. He's like,
is
he
under
knows what they
attack.
need, but unfortunately, it's a little too late. They're already down to 1 rack.
Desperately trying to push them off using this blood right, but you know, look at this death prophet. These ghosts are doing work. His position 5. Yes, he's died several times now, but he's got the kit to get things done.
Ags up. I want to see pre-Lincolns onto the Bristle. He doesn't have it. 1,000 gold. Look at he was farming. He's 1,000 gold away.
He's feeling the pressure. He's feeling the pressure, and that's why he came back. All right, Hex over here onto this Bristleback. He's just going to stand there. Again, very, very tanky. That's why he's getting dropped. Shachlo jumping forward. They want to take out the Shadow Prophet. They'll be able to do it. Now they're chasing after Palantimos. Pikachu chasing after everyone here, but they just can't seem to get over there fast enough. They come into the backline. The Doom comes up. It's only on the Bristleback. He doesn't care. He just wants to stand and fight. Jeep sitting very, very low now. They're thinking, oh, he's still alive. He's still out somehow. Just using that Spirit Siphon. He's alive. He's going to be able to make it out. Pikachu gets taken down by mellojul. Bignum running for his life. Now has the Glimmer Cape. You've got Ghostik. He's very, very speedy, but you just cannot kill this Bristleback. He could be running around in circles right now. He's got so much reach, and he's such a tanky hero. What are you going to do, Unique? You're going to watch this guy just break down the door into your house, give you a wink, and just sit there and be like, well,
Radiant's bottom
don't know.
tower is under attack. Dire's middle barracks
Look
is
at this.
fallen.
No breaks on this train.
You can't kill him.
They go for the blade mail now. That's desperation. Yeah, look at this. Look at this big boy. Just cannot take him down. You don't have the solutions. You don't have the break.
He's getting attacked by a Wraith. He's healing.
Yep. Okay, maybe they'll finally be able to. Nope, still alive. Jeez, he's fine. He's absolutely fine here. And you know that Shachlo coming in over on his tree. Down goes the support because he's going to be on stand. But you know, what can he hope to do here? Everyone's just least being held into place. He's just too powerful. Look at Ghostik running for his life. They spear over onto the side. Palantimos, this is not looking good for this Bristleback. Does not care. Ruptured again. How many ruptures have we seen on nefrit now? I think we've seen at least 2 or 3. Finally, you know, they did take down Shachlo. Pikachu's up. He wants 2. They're going to try to force him back, rolling out there with that Lotus Orb, but they just don't want to commit too hard because it's just too scary. Now Ghostik, a couple more hits. Down he goes.
All in a
nefrit is
day's
just
killing.
here to stay, my friends. This is his house now. You better move
Dire's
out.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's actually so insane. The goo against Bloodseeker, it's percent-based movement speed reduction. So even with all the allies on his squad low, he just brings them down to a great. Now G pops the ulti. Still alive his entire engagement. Now with another exorcism. They've been inside this base for over 3 minutes now.
Waters rights, he owns this place now. Look at Palantimos, he's desperate. Absolutely desperate. He's trying to just get rid of this Bristleback. So look at this complete and utter concentration coming out. Alright, yeah, everything you got. Shaman makes a move on the step top. Okay, that's good. The Lord will come out. So they finally take down the follow-up. They get the Doom off this time. And this is exactly what they needed. They needed to get that axe online, but the damage is already done. Shachlo running away. They have the rupture. Nick's gonna chase him down. That BKB is gonna end off just a second here. They need one more hit. Down he goes. So Palantimos will get himself a kill. But look at this damage. Look at all of the buildings that have been ripped down in Unique space.
Dire's middle tower is under
I
attack.
hate to, well, I don't hate to, this is what I do, but items, man.
Yeah, Kyle
the
loves
Shivas is just not the item for Pikachu. It feels good to have, but they just got straight up destroyed by a Bristle. That entire timing was solely because there was no break mechanic available, there was no Doom Ags, and you can't kill Bristle, let alone twice.
It is definitely, I think, a learning experience for everyone, for Pikachu, for people watching and stuff. Like, there was a huge difference between the Bristleback in previous fights and then
We'll lead as 3 kings.
massive difference in Pikachu.
Indeed. As anyone with a broken heart can tell you,
Radiant's
things
middle
are
tower is
very
under
different.
attack.
4.5. But I don't want to read
Radiant's
too many stories
courier
about
has
my
been
life. Shut up, Cap.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I have feelings too.
We know you share them quite often.
Well, I don't have anyone else to talk to except for hate it.
It's all right.
You.
Everything's
Weeks
gonna
and
be
weeks.
okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
And suddenly I praise Ghostik silence, but suddenly it just does not. It feels very underwhelming. Just like, hold up.
Here we go. Here we go. Look at this here. The Doom, he's running forward. He wants to get the Doom off over on the Bristleback. They have a nice recoil though, holding them all in place. Lincoln's
that was-
popped on nefrit.
That was a pre-Lincolns from the pocket. It was really
Very smart. Rolling from 2. They finish them off. Okay, beautiful arena coming in hot here. They should be able to go and take down one of these supports. It's gonna be Pikachu actually. He goes down during all of this. There's the buyback though. Ghostik next to ball. Place here on the puck, but he's gonna fall. Words have already been used. Palantimos, he's got that blade mail. They're doing a lot of damage to him. They're getting it right back again. But nefrit again, they just don't have a solution to this guy. He's on a triple kill. When you don't have that Doom on him, he is just too big, too scary. In fact, look at this. Death Prophet just goes right here into this pit. They're gonna take the next Roche. Buyback coming out now from Palantimos. They don't want to allow them to do this. He's just too scary because it's so hard to take down nefrit in the first place. Pikachu getting into position, still has that Doom online. Has to be very aware of that Lincolns that keeps getting placed on nefrit because that is your button
Radiant's
that
bottom
deletes him.
tower is under
That
attack.
was so sick. The roster was isolated. They don't really have any Doom cancels whatsoever. A little bit of an oversight from Pikachu. He needed his own rock throw or something to cancel the Lincolns himself. Well played by Puck again. Just, you know, if Never doesn't get doomed, he can't die. You saw the cancel, but at that point the fight's already over.
Well, he
Radiant's
had
bottom
Dooms.
tower has fallen.
So
Yeah.
did he have a refresher?
He got silenced in the middle of the Mars ult. Just get it off.
We do have Coddle Acceptor online now. We have the Acceptor on the Earth Spirit. He's looking for the open. Doesn't manage to get the Doom off this time, so this is looking good for now.
Oh,
but the
no.
follow-up here from the Coddle onto the backline. He does have that BKB though. Palantimos keeps taking a lot of damage. He's going to be coming up for his second life. He's going to do a split fight here. He was just fighting everyone. The Doom's still active over here on the Bristleback, but it's not enough. They weren't able to get enough damage. He's back up again. Bignum's going to fall into Gripstorm. 2 is just looking to roll around, cause some chaos on the backline. Shachlo also just running, chasing after the player on the back. And now we get another rupture here, but again, it doesn't seem like they seem to care.
Has fallen.
It's gonna be racks, that's megas. I don't know what they can hope to do. Now the GG gets called, they realize they cannot stop this Bristleback without Wraith.
That was a hell of a game play. And I gotta say, before they played the latest sword, he's rolling in the base with 35 armor. Yeah, he's getting hit by Wraith King, but somehow the Doom Wraith King lineup doesn't have damage. Like, they just cannot kill anything. Well done.